Hey, how's it going everybody? This is Craig Peters here from Soundiron, and in today's walkthrough we're going to be checking out Hopkin Instrumentarium Lamellophones. Hopkin Instrumentarium Lamellophones is a massive compendium of 17 different distinct and inspiring handmade instruments from the mind of Bart Hopkin. This library is made for the free contact player and is compatible with all NKS standard hardware. This compendium includes all of our Hopkin Instrumentarium libraries that we've put out so far, with the addition of two new instruments, the cat's face and the CÍque. Made of wood and steel, each of these custom creations have their own organic tonal flavor and really have their own unique character and sound. With multiple mic positions and hundreds of ambient soundscapes, this library comes packed at over 18 gigabytes of content that'll really help bring some unique sounds to any of your tracks. This collection offers you a broad and flexible palette of musical colors with a modular user interface that really gives you a lot of customization and sound design possibilities, as well as 140 custom effects and ambient presets designed for instant inspiration. Alright, so without further ado, let's dive in and start checking out some of the sounds that come with Hopkin Instrumentarium Lamellophones. We're mainly going to be focusing on the cat's face and CÍque, which are the two newest instruments added to this compendium, but if you want to learn more about any of the others that are in this compendium, make sure to check out the videos in the playlist so you can get a little bit more in-depth to see really how much comes with this library. So let's start checking it out. And firstly, we're going to be checking out the cat's face, and by hearing the name and seeing the UI art, you would never maybe think that this instrument sounds the way it does. It looks super wild, but is a really cool sound. So let's just go ahead and start checking out through the basic articulations of the cat's face. Now let's go ahead and check out the whisker. And then you also have a few different gliss types. And then if you want, you can also take some of these different glisses and map them across the key range. So if you click this little icon here, let's say I want to use this one. So now we've gone ahead and mapped it across the entire keyboard with that one sound. So you can get some really cool sounds and do some really weird stuff with that. Now let's go ahead and check out mic 2. Now let's check out the rattles. Alright, so now let's go ahead and check out some of the ambiances that come specifically with the cat's face. These are all handcrafted using the source content of this instrument. This whole compendium comes with tons and tons of different sound design ambiances and soundscapes. So let's just go ahead and check out some of the ones that come with the cat's face. All right, so the other instrument that we've added is the CÍque. Let's go ahead and play through this one to give you a little bit of an idea of how it sounds. Now let's go ahead and check out mic 2. So for those of you watching who aren't very familiar with our modular user interface, it's very easy to get really creative as far as some of the sound design possibilities and really getting a lot out of one instance of the library. So if we want to go ahead and open up this advanced tab, you'll see some LFO, filtering, and arpeggiation. So if we want to start, let's say, getting a little bit more musical and just kind of adding some different arpeggiation in combination with some ambiances and crossfading using the mod wheel, it's very simple. So you just go into mic 1. Let's go ahead and turn this on, and let's turn on the arpeggiator. So that's cool. Now let's go into mic 2. Let's turn on this arpeggiator. So let's go ahead and pan this one to the right, and then we'll pan this one to the left. And then let's go ahead and turn on some ambiances. Let's find one that we like. Actually, I think that fits. So I'm going to go ahead and for layers A and B, these correspond to the X fades. So let's go ahead and learn this to our mod wheel. So now the very bottom is A, the very top is B. And what we're going to do is crossfade in between. So let's go ahead and set ambiances on layer B because I want to swell into the ambiances. And then we'll go ahead and keep mic 1 and mic 2 on none because I want those to play the entire time. So basically we're only just going to be swelling in and out of ambiances. So let's go ahead and do that. So as you can see with just one instance, you can really pack a punch and get a lot of really interesting stuff going, and there's a lot of really cool sound design possibilities as well. Also, one of the things you can do is go ahead and open up the effects rack, and you can add a whole bunch of different effects. So let's go ahead and maybe turn on this reverb. I'm going to set it to cathedral. I really like the church far sound. And then if you want, you can go and turn on some delays as well. So let's go ahead and see how this sounds too. And I'm actually going to go ahead and turn the mix up a little bit. So you get a nice little reverb tail on the end of that. All right, so now let's go ahead and check out some of the custom effects presets that come with CÍque. All right, so before we wrap up this video, I want to show you one more NKI, and that's the Best of Bart NKI. And this one's really cool because you can now mix and match different Hopkin Instrumentarium libraries together in one instance. So you have metal tines, rattle tines, wooden tines, tines and echoes, Miagotrod, rumba boxes, cat's face, and CÍque, and there might be some other ones that I'm missing, but there's a lot in here. So let's just go ahead and play through some of these sounds, and these will be some of the other Hopkin Instrumentarium libraries that you can also get them individually, but now you can also get them in the compendium. So let's go ahead and check some of these out. And then always make sure to go ahead and check out the drop down right here because there's some other instruments as well. So there's the mahogany, rattle tines 1, and the hacksaw blades. So let's go ahead and check out the hacksaw blades. And I love a lot of these instruments because they always have these little extra either overtones or sounds or little rattles or little interesting things that give it character. You can see when you hit harder, you kind of bend the note a little bit. And then if you want to start layering some sounds, you can go ahead and layer CÍque, which is the newest one. Let's just go in here and let's turn on the U. Let's just see how these sound. We're going to mix and match these a little bit. Or we can have the U. We can go ahead and layer it with Miagotrod. Or we can go ahead and load Miagotrod with rumba boxes. We'll see how this sounds. So a lot of these instruments are all super unique in their own way, so being able to kind of mix and match and combine them in this way is really cool, so you can really take these sounds even further. And there's also a ton of different ambiances in this NKI as well, so if you go into the ambiances, let's go ahead and turn this on. I'm going to turn these off just so we can focus on these. So we can go into the tines and echoes, rattle tines, metal tines, wooden tines, rumba boxes, Miagotrod, the U, and bonus, which is the new ambiances that are included with this library. So we can just go ahead and go into wooden tines and just see what ambiances we got in here. Or let's go ahead and open up the U and let's just check out one of these. Or let's go ahead and check out rattle tines, and let's just grab one of these. And then if you want to add a little bit more effects, let's go into the effects rack. Let's turn this on. Let's just find a big cathedral sound. Let's do far A. Turn up the mix a little bit. Really cool sound. All right, so that about wraps it up for this walkthrough of the Hopkin Instrumentarium Lamellophones compendium. If you want to learn more about this compendium or any of the other individual products in the Hopkin Instrumentarium series, make sure to go to soundiron.com. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.